Hi, I'm Dave King from Under the Hood BBQ, located in Nelson, New Zealand. And today I'm doing an experiment to see can I cook a whole brisket on a gas barbecue. I want to find out one thing, will it smoke or will it choke? So here's the deal, we run masterclasses here in Nelson and people come from all over the country, and when they come in we normally teach on offset smokers, Weber smoky mountains, normally cooking with charcoal and with wood. We also use pellet smokers of course as well. But here's the key thing is people always ask, hey, I've got a gas barbecue, can I do the same cuts you're doing on a gas barbecue? Well, I always say yes you can do, but today I want to find out for sure. That's why we're going to take this whole brisket, about 5 kgs worth of brisket, and we're going to put it on the gas barbecue. Now luckily the BBQ, the brand new one, is fantastic. It's got a low and slow setting. So we're going to set that up, show you how to do it, and then we're just going to check it out. So come with us as we experiment and figure out what happens. Alright, so we just set up our Weber. That was really cool. You might have noticed that we've got the 2 dials in the main one, and then we've also got that red dial which is the plus button, and we just want to leave that one on only. It's just a strip straight through the middle, and that's what helps maintain that low temperature. So now that that's all set up, let's season our brisket. Now this brisket here is a Wagyu brisket. It's grass fed and we've trimmed it the night beforehand, and we're going to season it today. So let's get on and let's get this seasoned up. All right, let's season up this gorgeous brisket now. We're using the good oil, which has got a high smoke point for our bonder, and we're using our very own GPS, which is garlic, pepper, salt, and let's start by giving it a good rub down. All right, what's really important with this is that you get a really good coating all the way across that. We're going to try and form a beautiful bark. It's got some beautiful flaky sea salt in it, New York cut pepper, and some beautiful garlic granules. And that's good to go. All right, our barbecue's bang on 275 Fahrenheit. So let's get our brisket. Pop it straight on the trivet system. So this trivet system that Weber's developed is super important for this because it's got perforations in it and holes, so it allows some heat through, but it creates an indirect zone, which means that we're not going to get any burning on that, so we can actually maintain that low temperature. We've got a little bit of water, our smoker going, and let's pop that under the hood. So we are 6 hours in and I'm super excited because it's time to take a little peek under the hood. Shall we have a check in? Let's go. Oh, that is looking phenomenal. That bark is looking good. It's almost like it's been in a wood smoker. Let's just check it for transference. Nothing there. The seasoning's not transferring at all. Let's do a bit of a temp check, and whereabouts I want it to be. It's going to be about that 160 mark. 165. Look, that's bang on perfect right there. This is absolutely perfect to wrap. Now let me just tell you a little bit about the cook so far. So far it has been smoking away nicely and beautifully with the smoker tubes. We're going to get rid of those now because we don't need them anymore. Let me just talk about the system up the front here. I've had to flip between going this to this a little bit because It likes to sit at about 225 Fahrenheit rather than the 275 that I would rather prefer, and that's only because of such a big cut of cold meat. So I've just kind of flipped around a bit. That's what you do with any barbecue. It's a little bit about fire management or heat management. So for right here, right now, let's wrap it up and get it back under the hood, eh? Let's go. All right, there we go, all wrapped up, good to go, back into bed. Let's get it back under the hood. And we're now gonna get it back under the hood for about another 5 hours or until it hits 203. And then after that, we're gonna give it a rest. And then we're gonna do all of our tests and we're gonna figure out how did this brisket come out? Did it smoke or did it choke? Let's give it another little bit of time, back under the hood. All right, we have been smoking this brisket now for 10.5 hours on the gas barbecue. And we're done. Let's take a little peek under the hood, shall we? And we've been probing this right in the thickest spot, whereabouts we've hit 203 Fahrenheit, and we've also got that really nice soft probe, which is very, very important that we do that. And then right now, it just feels nice. It's saturated with fat, which is so good. I'm thinking we've got a good result here, but you know what? One thing left to do, and that is we've got to wrap it in our towel. We'll put it inside our insulation station. So right now, I'm just gonna grab it straight off. Ooh, yes, feels amazing. Pop it straight in the middle there. And I'm just gonna wrap it nice and tight in the towel. And I'm gonna simply take my insulation station and I'm gonna pop it in and zip it up. I'm gonna give that about an hour's rest and then we are gonna get that thing out and let's test it, let's taste it, let's get into it. But so far, so good. All right, we started this process 12 hours ago in the dark. We're finishing it in the dark. I'm super pumped. Let's take a look at this. In the insulation station, we've got our brisket. Unzip it like a good parcel on Christmas Day. What's inside? Let's pull that out. Let's unwrap the towel to reveal our beautiful brisket on the inside, and let's unwrap it. Okay, all right, here goes our brisket, looking sensational. The first thing I'll note is the bark is not as even all the way over at the moment. So that could be just the fact it's not been in the normal environment. But here we go, let's take our first cut shot. Straight through the point. Oh, she's looking juicy. Cut through, let's take a look at that. Yeah, she is nice and juicy. One thing I'll notice though, is that part of this is the flat through here, that's the point through there. It's a little bit more dry, but the point itself is looking lovely. How's the smoke ring? There's definitely some smoke ring there, which is good, so it's actually done the job that we want it to. But let's just take a couple of slices and let's do our normal test that we might do. Okay, the bark on the bottom is firm, but let's do our test. Number one, will it hang under its own weight without breaking? Yes, it will. Number two, will it dangle over the finger? Not as good as normal. Will it fold on itself without pinging back open? A little bit, but she's certainly fairly firm through that part there. And the last test here is, will it pull apart without any resistance? Fine through there, and a little bit of resistance through that flat part there. So what I'm noticing is that the point itself is gorgeous, and we got the fat side down, but look at that. She's juicy. So let's take a look now at our flat. And once again, looking nice. It's certainly not as good as you would get on an offset smoker, or as good as you're going to get on a charcoal barbecue, with your smoke. But once again, there's just a little bit of resistance there in that flat, but the other part's gorgeous. Let me just take a little slice off here. All right, so there's one thing left to do. That's just to give it a bit of a taste test. Got a nice bit of the point there. Let's give it a try. I mean, it's brisket, absolutely. It's juicy, this particular part. Definitely missing some of the smoke point that we might get. Definitely missing the bark that we might get. But you know what? We managed to do it. Well, there you have it. We have finished the brisket test, and I've got to tell you, the question of can you smoke a brisket on a gas barbecue? The answer is yes, you can. The question is, really in my mind, should you smoke it? I mean, given that you've got Weber kettles over here, Weber Smoky Mountains, offset smokers, pellet grills and things like that, I would say that this would be my least go-to method for doing it. Probably overall, I'd give it about a 5 out of 10, I think, on all the different factors. Not only that, but we ended up using nearly a full tank of gas just trying to get the thing actually going today, making sure it was all good. We had to lift the grills to be able to access our smoker boxes. Yep, I wonder whether a shorter cook or a different type of cut would be better. But you know what, at the end of the day, will it smoke or will it choke? The answer is, yeah, it'll smoke. So that's it for today. We had a lot of fun. We cooked up some brisket, we had a good time. But why don't you come back soon, because we're going to be doing some more content coming up, more experiments, some more teaching, things like that. And hey, why not join us for an in-person class or grab the online course? That's it. See you under the hood sometime soon.